Good morning, everyone. Ocular anatomy and physiology. This morning we'll be looking at regions of the brain important for vision. Following the initial processing of visual information within the retina, information is carried to higher brain centers for immediate and higher order processing. Approximately 40% of the brain is devoted to processing vision. Here we'll consider how basic visual information is passed to primary visual cortex, visual pathway. We'll then consider how information is passed to higher cortical regions. All visual information is carried by axons of ganglion cells down the optic nerve to synapse in higher brain areas. The ganglion cell axon synapse within the lateral geniculate nucleus of the thalamus. The retinal ganglion cell axon become myelinated upon leaving the lamina cribosa and sending action potential along the optic nerve towards the brain. On entering the cranium, the optic nerve meets at optic chiasm. Here the fibers from the nasal retina cross over to the contralateral optic tract, while the temporal fibers remain on the ipsilateral side. So ipsilateral means the fibers that are coming from the temporal side, they don't cross through the chiasm, but only those that are coming from the nasal side are the one that crosses on the chiasm, as you see on the diagram. The optic tract diverge from the chiasm and land to the LGN. Afferent fibers mediating the pupillary light reflex leave the optic tract slightly before the LGN and head to the superior colliculus of the tectum in the midbrain. So that's the difference between the pupillary light reflex. It doesn't get to the LGN. The LGN contains 6 main layers of the main layer. 1 and 2, the most dorsal layer, contains larger cells than the other 4 layers, which are referred to as the magnocellular. So the other 4 layers are referred to as the pavocell layer. As you see in the picture, there is 1 and 2 which are in the magnocellular layer, and 4 to 6, those are in the pavocell layer. The LGN contains 6 main layers, as we have said. So this is just another diagram just to show how those layers look. Magnocellular layer receive input mainly from the larger palatal ganglion cells, respond maximally to stimuli of higher temporal frequency and low contrast. So in the time where the contrast is very low, these are the cell layers that assist us to be able to detect or to be able to appreciate vision in that time. While the pavocell layer mainly receive input from the midgate ganglion cells that display light green color, openness, high spatial acuity, medium temporal resolution. Each of the main LGN layers receive input from only one eye, left or right. So that's a diagram just showing a retinal projection to different LGN layers. Each layer receives inputs from only one eye, macular fiber projected to central posterior nucleus. Now the optic radiation. The optic radiations are larger white matter tract that contain the axons of the LGN neurons as they pass to primary visual cortex. So this is a diagram showing temporal retina and nasal retina. So from there we can see from optic nerve, fibers cross at the optic chiasm. Then we have the optic tract. So optic tract is the one that carries information to the LGN, lateral geniculate body. From the LGN, we'll talk about optic radiation. Then the optic radiation is the one that transmits to the primary visual cortex. So the optic radiations are large white matter tract that contains the axon of LGN neurons. They pass to the primary visual cortex. They spread out like a fan upon leaving the LGN.